is coming your way. It's the Jay Stone Show with your host, Jay Stone.
In this life, you can choose to exist or you can choose to excel. You decide. I was lost at sea, metaphorically. The waves were crashing on me. I felt so alone, I was on my own, heart and soul with no home. I was up, I was down, running all over town, searching for what I've never known. Till one day through the dark of the night shone a light on the face that would show me the way. You lift me up when I was down and out. You made me take a look at myself, figure it out. You helped me to see all the things that I could be. That's what you do well to me. Now I'm free. You took hold of me, unfolded disbelief, unlocked my mind with your key. You enlightened me, solved the mystery of living life with the free. Now I walk in the sun with the light in my eyes. I never felt so alive. In the twist of fate, you were taken away, but your words will always stay with me. You lift me up when I was down and out. You made me take a look at myself, figure it out. You helped me to see all the things that I could be. That's what you do well to me. Now I'm free. You lift me up. You lift me up when I was down and out. You made me take a look at myself, figure it out. You helped me to see all the things that I could be. That's what you do well to me. Now I'm free. You lift me up when I was down and out. You made me take a look at myself, figure it out. You lift me up. You helped me to see all the things that I could be. That's what you do well to me. Now I'm free. What you do to me, what you do. What you do to me, what you do. What you do to me, what you do. What you do, never too far away. Too far away. What you do to me, what you do. What you do to me, what you do. What you do to me, what you do.
All right, that was The Lift by Swirl from, I think, Temecula, California, if I'm correct about that. Know those guys for a long time. But anyway, I'm Jay Stone. You listen to my show. We are back. I did a show a couple of weeks ago. It's been on again, off again. I've been exhausted. I've been out on the road. I've had several jobs doing staging stuff and working for several companies. So basically been doing shows with Taylor Swift, Beyonce, a couple of rock artists and stuff like that. So I needed some time to relax. I, however, am going to take off for like another 2 more weeks as far as regular work goes, just to get through this real estate thing. So, a lot of this tour stuff, a lot of people get involved in it and think, they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to be a sound guy and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No, there's hard work. You never know what you're going to do when you get there. You could be putting floors in. You can be building steel for 4 days, doing production. You could be building tech tents. You could be in carpentry, putting up barricades. It could be really anything. It's a good gig. You get to see a lot of stuff that you normally wouldn't get to see, but you also have to deal with a bunch of pain in the asses and shit as well. So, because you're always dealing with different crews, because you're more of a labor type position. So it is what it is, but it's fun work. It's fun getting to see all the stadiums and getting to do catered events and stuff. So it's got its ups and downs, but I have a lot of stuff to get to. We're not going to play that much music. I am going to continue the shows. I've decided I'm going to switch around formats a little bit, but I am going to start doing interviews again. I am going to be interviewing Mike Bailey, who is currently the drummer for Bret Michaels' band. He has a new band, and we'll be discussing that. We'll be discussing some Bret Michaels stuff and stuff about his record label. He owns a record label. So I had someone get in touch with me who wants to work with the site. I was doing a lot of press for the band Invasion It. We finally released that, who the members are. It's myself and John Ortega from The Enemy Within, formerly of The Enemy Within. I don't know if he still does anything with it, honestly. But I am the lead vocalist and co-producer along with John. We have signed on a bass player. We haven't really worked with them yet, but that's going to start up soon. We'll have in place, we got to start putting the pieces together because we'd like to get the record released on, a label other than the things that I'm doing. So there was a lot of press there. We had a press release. We've been, working on that and focusing on that for a couple of weeks. So there's been, decals made and buttons and pins, and the single was released on the ROCKmetalTALK.com CD. The only reason I put the band on there was no plans to do that, but a couple of bands have dropped out, and I figured, what the hell, we were done with the track, so I put it on there, and it kind of took off. Melinda, she did the female vocals, so we kind of changed it up when we recorded it at here Kitty Kitty Studios with Evan from Burning Fair Verona, who now owns the Verona in Newport Richey. It's a live music venue. But, we changed it up a little bit, so I lost a little bit of the lyrical content, and we decided to bring in Melinda to continue the story because, the lyrics, the chorus became the verse, and that's originally how we had it, and then we decided to change it, and then Evan convinced us to put it back, so I lost a little lyrical content, and that was the easiest way to put the song together, and it came out, fantastic. Every time I record, I'm usually sick, so I have on order something that I'm going to use business-wise because I'm going to start getting involved in sound. But I ordered a hybrid board. I'm also going to replace what my Allen and Heath I'm using here, and I'm going to do small audio gigs for corporate stuff. So if you need something, you can always hit me up at j@rockmetaltalk.com. But besides that, she did the female vocals, and we were happy with the outcome. I think my vocals could have been a little, stronger, but it's, I'm my own worst critic. So I always seem to not be feeling well when I have to go to studio. I don't know if it's a mental thing. So I am going to try to work a little bit more privately and start working on my voiceover stuff. I was offered actually 2 movies here in Florida, one with Ben Affleck. I signed up for casting. So it was 2 things that I couldn't go to, man. I waited like 4 months to get my teeth clean, man, and my teeth back into shape, and I wasn't canceling that fucking appointment. There was no way I was canceling that appointment. And then the other one was in Cocoa Beach, and originally I had to be there at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then the day before they changed it to later. It was already too late because I already had some contractual agreements elsewhere. So with that being said, I will be on 2 episodes right behind Howie Mandel on Deal or No Deal with my wife. So look for the fat dreadlock guy in the background. I think I was on with the contestant was Courtney. So look for that one, Courtney. It was Courtney Day. It was actually a really fun taping. It was a great experience. That's how I got into the casting thing, because I started talking to someone that worked there. And then the second time we went back, it wasn't quite as fun. I don't know if it's because we already went through the 5-hour taping previously, or 3 hours, I'm sorry. I just didn't find it as fun. It was still a great experience, but the one guy, all he did was talk about soap opera, so you'll see me on that one as well. And I'm almost in the same exact seat in both episodes. I think I'm 2 rows back in the soap opera guys one. He was a really great guy. He was a caring guy. You'll hear his story when it airs, but you know, I was very dehydrated. I don't know what was going on. I got very ill towards the end of the episode. You cannot leave because it's a live taping. So I might look like a fucking vampire freak because I must have turned pale, but I almost passed out. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling well that day. I have about 25, 30 pounds I have to lose. So that's probably got a lot to do with, why I'm not feeling too good. The ups and downs with working and not being able to work out because of surgeries. And I fell down on the ice at one of the events, and I didn't realize how bad that I hurt my shoulder. But, you got to live with what you do. So in any case, we talked about Deal or No Deal. We talked about IBIT, that's Invasion It, my band, so check them out. We're on Facebook. We talked about that, the sound. We talked about Mike Bailey coming on October 7th. That's tentative because of my type of schedule. Any interviews I'm going to do is going to be tentative. We're going to get a storm here in just about a minute. I am also going to interview Connor from All Hail the Yeti. I don't know what happened. I'm always there for people, and I get into conversations, and then what I try to do what's asked of me, I try to do it without I don't know. We're just gonna say that I'm interviewing those 2 guys, and I am opening the window back up for interviews, not only to musicians. I just felt that in the past, the interviews were it was just the same thing. And, we talk about the same stuff. Every guy has got the same thing. You run out of shit to ask. They've been asked everything. It's boring. A lot of it had to do with me not wanting to hear Howard Stern really do interviews anymore, because it feels like the same thing. And I said, and if I'm getting that bored with Howard Stern, fuck, man, I must really be hitting the fucking rock bottom, because I'm nowhere near to that level. I mean, I can interview pretty well. Sometimes I lose my train of thought. You might not know it, but because I always come up with something on the fly. But it is nerve-wracking. It does cause anxiety. I don't take medication for anxiety, but as I stopped working and went into my own business, and now trying to go into other things, it's hard for me to deal with other people, because I feel that everybody's just for themselves now. And just looking at these groups for Universal Studio Pass holders and Disney, that shit can give you anxiety too. All these people do is complain, man. We went to Halloween Horror Nights the other night.